Alright, I'm back in the greenhouse. Don't mind me. I was sleeping real heavy last night. I haven't woke up yet. But anyway, I've got some stuff in here. Broccoli. And I got tomatoes. And slugs really like that kind of thing. So I got some diatomaceous earth and put water in it. Put a thin layer around. Problem with the diatomaceous earth is that when it dries, it's kind of dusty and it can really mess up your lungs. I'm here to tell you. But anyway, that's the note for the day, and we're using the coffee bags again this year. Yeah, those work better. I tried the pots, but they didn't work out that well. It's like they were kind of stunting the growth. This will give them more root room. I can decide how deep I want it. Just cut off the top. Anyway, there was one more thing I wanted to say. Like I said, I'm still waking up. Oh, I could look over here. Ah, yes, the cilantro. Yes, this is the first pot. It's already been shaved off once. That's my cilantro, fresh cilantro. I don't have to watch it mush out in my refrigerator. I grow it here. And here's a second pot. This is something you can grow on your porch. Yeah. I mean, if all you had was cilantro, I've gotten, several garnishes off of this. Plus, I can, if you really like cilantro, you can take a quarter of, when it's this high, you can take a quarter of it and throw it in as a vegetable. It makes it really nice. Anyway, I have no idea what this is. No idea. Looks like a pretty weed. Anyway, yeah, I was just going to do a short, but I think I'll do a little bit more than a short. Here's my little tobacco pot. I threw some celery in here. It worked last time when I put celery in this little pot here. I put some wet, watery diatomaceous earth around the edges, to keep the slugs from climbing in. Here's a compost. Look at that. That is good compost. When it gets bubbly like that, it is rich. It's full of the goodness the earth needs. Yeah, go get grossed out. Ha ha. That's what kind of person you are. Anyway, there was a little frog in here. I'm going to see if the picture... Blah, blah. Anyway, I'm going to just start yakking along. This is where I had chickens last year. This is just a weed, and usually it grows about 4 feet high. Look at that. That's just a weed. It's a daikon radish. They actually have grown. I won't call it a weed. I'll call it wild daikon radish, because that's what it is. Came from some goat poop that I got from a friend several years ago. Probably my first year, second year of gardening. Yeah. Oh wow, people are having fun. I love it. I love that hot rod sound. Yeah, I do. Anyway, there's one over there. And the blackberries, look at those blackberries. I'll have mountains of blackberries. Literally, pick them, put them on the ground, and you will have a mountain of blackberries. Anyway, I can't think of anything else, but if you want to hang out for a second, I can think of something else. Oh, one of the things that really worked really well in helping to keep weeds down, was a nice thick layer of straw, because light can't get in. I'm like figuring stuff out. I know everybody knows how to do it, but I just, figure out what works for me. If I did it everybody else's way, I'd be doing everybody else's way 1,000 times, and I'll just do mine one. Anyway, at least 1,000 times until I figure out what I like, right? Might as well just do it myself. Anyway, here's some raspberries. Now, I don't know how these are going to do, because the raspberries, we're putting off raspberries clear into December. There were little raspberry flowers. It was really warm here, so I don't know how these are going to do. I really don't. I probably should not trim the bottom in case those are the only ones. Because these just kind of weird. They just don't. Oh my gosh, look at there. Haha. Look at that. I'll be darned. There's flowers, tons of them. Oh, right. Oh, right, it worked out. I was a little concerned about that. Well, skip that idea of thinking they might be messed up. Because they look good. And I'm trying to dig up these big clumps of grass. And I end up with having big pits. So I'm not going to do that. And I started thinking, well, duh. You know, I used to just get, the grass and cut it and just use it like hay. See, this is growing, but here's a nice tall one. I'll let that grow, and that'll become my hay, my straw, whatever you want to call it, ground cover. And I can put that around the edge. There's going to be lots of it. There's some chives, the lone chives. That's what I really like about a wild yard. You know, things I planted a couple of years ago, they pop up. They're still here. This collard over here is a couple of years old. I think it's 2 or 3. 3? 3. It's got to be 3. It's huge. In case you didn't see the short, I'll show you that. Chickens love it. You know, they come over here and eat all the time. They were eating the flowers. Hopefully. I like them to eat flowers. There's going to be so many seeds here. You know, I'm going to be honest. This collard patch right here may have been hybridized. I usually take out the Brussels sprouts because they will hybridize. Brussels sprouts and collards. And so anyway, they might be a mix. I just don't know. They taste like collards, so I think they're just collards. They have evidence that they're just collards, but we'll see. I'm just strolling along here. Yeah. I dress like a kid, whatever. It's got to be colorful. I hate black. But I got black for solar clothes. Anyway, I'm back to here. Just goofing off. Yeah, I see people goofing off on the phone once in a while. Aha, here's a hidden patch. See? You might want to follow me around. I might find something. There's a hidden patch of chives right in the middle of all that field grass, that pasture grass. But the good news is I've got new ones right over here. Yeah, there you go. See? Yeah, sorry I've been taking so long to do the videos. I know 10% of you just love to watch my videos to the end. Sorry I'm like kind of overwhelmed with having almost 600 subscribers. But, yeah, y'all want one thing, and otherwise I hate you. But actually, I only do one thing. And I've been real busy this last year. Getting ready to be old. I'm 74. So anyway, lots of dead nettle. Yeah. Parsley coming up. There's, this year's parsley. This was just planted. So I've got that. I got lots of parsley. I won't bore you with it. But I will show you this patch. This one right here is very interesting. I planted some bulbils in here. And that was the first thing I planted in here. It was bulbils from garlic. And they were real little. And I put some parsley in here because I don't like bare spots, right? As you can tell. So I put the parsley in. And it took over the garlic. I was like, oh, darn. Well, now this year, it looks like some more seeds have sprouted because these look fresh unless they just bolt and seed. But it's time for these parsleys to seed. So, anyway, I still have this garlic coming up here. This would be an interesting little patch right here. I just love doing it the way people would complain about. It's beautiful. It's working. It's all an experiment. I'm going to profess to knowing nothing except for what I learned on my own. I'm a professional. Yeah, that word will kind of fade. Obviously. Used to work in the 1880s. Is that one of those things they say is old-fashioned? Professional. There are professionals that don't know anything. Nope, they can mimic, but they don't know. Anyway, enough of the garlic patch. What's over here? Oh yeah, look at there. Chives. That's my onion replacement, so I don't have to buy onions. So far I haven't been able to grow onions except 1 year. But anyway, there's more chives there. Let's go here. By the chicken house, by the chicken city. Right by Chicken City. Chicken City. And chives. 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 Okay. Right next to the raspberries. I took out the daylily. This will be a long video. Better get off. Anyway, better get off the phone. Get off the phone.